I was gonna bring y'all down here and show you my pocket set. I've had I had one question about it yesterday, so there's nothing special about it, and it's not the prettiest pocket. I don't think it's anything near a traditional pocket. I mean, it's just a hole in the bank, and I've got my 1.5 coil spring set in front of it, and I got some bait in the back of it. You can see a little bit of where I caught the coon, and he kind of tore it up, and originally I tried to slick up the bank a little bit, splash a little water to where it looked like some fresh activity. Turn this T-bar here so hopefully that's not in the way. One thing that I did learn yesterday is after making at least 2 catches, but maybe even 1 on this drowning rod set up with my trapping wire, where the animal doesn't drown. My wire had actually broken. So down here where it connects to my deep water rod, or was supposed to be my deep water rod, there was a couple of kinks, but the wire was broken, and the rest of the wire was up here by the bank. But those couple kinks held the swivel on, and because of the one-way action of the swivel, that's the only reason I didn't lose that coon. I should have lost that coon. Thankfully, I didn't. But that's my pocket set. I want to rig me up a better little trowel it's easier to carry around and dig. Cause all I really did with this was just use that rebar, shove in the hole and waller it out. So I think even if you dug a little bit better hole, I know a lot of folks use a tile spade, but if you dug a little bit bigger hole and kind of slicked the bank off more, that's going to be even more attractive and flashy to kind of catch them coons' eyes. So hopefully I went ahead and pulled most of my water sets, my beaver and otter sets, just because they were harder to get to. Had to wait around in the swamp, and you can see it's 75 degrees, which doesn't make trapping as exciting. So those were a little bit harder to get to. I went ahead and pulled those. I'm going to try to get some more beaver traps out today, and also set up another property with predator traps, get some more coyote traps out, maybe try out a cubby. I've never used a cubby for bobcats, and also I'm going to try to get some more traps out. I got a week from today. I got to be pulling everything. So like I said, I'm gonna try to finish strong and hopefully add a few more critters to the boards before the season goes out. So, well, Mason, you asked about my mafia sets, and there's one there. It doesn't look like really there's still a bunch of tracks and really like anything real fresh, and nothing in my pattern there, which is good, I guess. But I was really hoping to have more luck. I got another one down the road. We'll see if we got anything down that way. There's my other mafia set, looking all sad and lonesome. I don't see any tracks in the pattern. Sure would like to see a big old song dog spinning there though. Got a week to go, make something happen. You know it's way too warm to be trapping when the turtles are out, but I just eyeballed this big old snapping turtle right here. I'm gonna see if I can grab him by the tail. See if I can sneak up on him. This is gonna be tough. I'm sinking up. Been spotted now. Go for it. Got him. The water's still fairly cool. I guess that's why he didn't go nowhere. I know. The last video I shot, I had holding a snapping turtle by the tail. Everybody flips their lid, but This is a two-handed job, and I got one hand trying to bring y'all along. Look at that, that's sweet. I caught a snapping turtle in it last year, and what intrigued me about it was I saw some snapping turtle leather. Man, I thought that was the coolest stuff ever. So I got the turtle skin, got it salted, and actually I saw the shell that I cleaned up, but that's gonna make some more. That'll give me a little bit more snapping turtle leather, and might have to do a little video on cleaning and cooking old snapper. See there, you never know what you're gonna run into when you're out in the woods. Didn't catch anything in the traps, but you get ingenuitive sometimes and you can still come home with something to eat. Now the trick's gonna be keeping them in the back of the truck and not letting them get out. Just counting this pond here. There's a little bit of chewing, and most of the chewing you can't really see. There's some right there. They chewed it right off down to the water's edge. But the downside to having an island in your pond, it's tough to see. You can see it better from the other side, and you can see it better without the glare. But man, that leaves a safe haven for beavers especially to be denning in and lodging in, to build their bank dens. I can't tell you how many times I've seen that where you know, if there's people have beavers in their pond and they've got them a nice little island out there. Like everybody wants an island in their pond, but man, you can't get to it easy, and that's where the beavers. If I had to venture a guess, I would say that there's a hole right there to go up in their lodge, and there's a family of them living up in there. So we'll see what I can work on from the edge, and also a pretty good little trail right around the edge of the pond. See if I can't pick me up a coon or so too. Sure is hot though. So I'm 100% making this up as I go, but I'm gonna try to fashion up a cubby here. This is a spot I trapped last year. I caught a bobcat right, you know, 15 feet over that way. Caught a gray fox. I had a bunch of coyotes come by. I think I caught 2 coyotes here last year. But I've never done anything, any cubby or anything like that. And so just kind of experimenting. This is one of the spots where I felt good about trying out my drags. And so I'm gonna try to experiment, use a drag here, make a cubby, and see what kind of success we have targeting some cats and or grays. So first off, I've got me some pine limbs. I kind of picked this setup because I got these, you know, these trees kind of making a natural funnel route here. So I am absolutely 100% making this up on the spot. But we're gonna see what happens with it. Narrow it up a little bit. I am going to be using some beaver hindquarters. That's another concern of mine with this is that, man, it's so hot. It's pushing 80 today, so I really don't want to catch any vultures. So hopefully I can kind of have this thing covered up real good. And I'm going to, I don't have my trail camera with me, but I'm going to put a trail camera on this just to kind of see what kind of action we get. Might try to put a couple more branches around, but overall I think that looks pretty good.
No, but we don't do it all good. But we don't get to eat my use. Guys. Yeah.
Alright, so I tried to narrow it down. It's still kind of wide. But it is what it is. I've got a couple of beaver hindquarters that I'm gonna throw in the back. These are fresh off a beaver I caught yesterday. And then I'm gonna, hopefully that's not an active anthill. I'll probably throw my drag around on the back side of this, and you know, bed my trap here. Probably put a little caster lure. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. Let's make the set first. This location, I got this tall broom sedge around. It's kind of hard ground, so I'm going to fashion a walk-through right through the middle of this big clump. This is a road intersection, and I'm going to use a drag. I've got a bunch of young pines around, so I feel pretty confident using a drag. Feel pretty comfortable, and we'll see what happens here. So first thing, I got me a little hoe, and I'm going to kind of pick me a spot right through the middle of this here. I don't want to make it too wide. I do want to make it make sense for an animal to want to come through there. I'm going to try to set my trap kind of right in the center. That's pretty tight. We're going to give that a shot. Got my drag here. I'm going to kind of feed it off just a little bit and try to hide the chain under the surrounding straw and broom sedge as much as possible, so that hopefully, you know, it draws minimal attention. Feed it right through here, and then dig my trap bed. And typically, a walk through is kind of a cat set. So scent is not a huge factor. I mean, it is hot right now. It's the end of trapping season, but it's in the 80s, in the 70s anyway. Now I'm sweating like a pig, so I'm trying not to touch too much of the grass and leave too much of my scent, because I think there's also a good possibility of catching a coyote here. So I'm gonna dig my bed out, bring you a little closer so you can see what I'm doing. So you can see my walk-through area right here, and I'm gonna dig my trap bed right in the middle. It's a little bit awkward because you're not working how you typically would, where it's easy, you know, you're right on top of the set. Should be about right. I got my trap here. This is a new trap that I got a little bit of rust on, and then just ran some Full Metal Jacket on it, testing out Full Metal Jacket as a treatment. And you can see it's bright and shiny. You can tell it's new, and that's my only concern or issue with Full Metal Jacket is you don't get the dark coating that I would like to see. I'm putting my polyfill under the pan. I've got my chain kind of, I'll try to hide more of my chain, but my chain's cutting through this grass here. And I'm gonna set the trap with it oriented with the dog facing toward the side. So that animal just kind of goes straight through. And actually, I dug that bed pretty darn solid. So now I'm just gonna do my sifting. Brush it back, make sure. Ah, shoot. Man, it was just right too. I'm getting all over this grass, but the good thing is old gray fox or old bobcat shouldn't hopefully be too concerned about that. All right. Click, got my night latch set. Let's try to get it back in the bed just right. All right. Just try that again. Clear my pan. I know where my pan's at. Alright, that trap is good and solid. I ain't gonna push it too much like I did last time. Try to get the trap covered, get my pan covered. Alright. And that trap is pretty well blended in. Now I'm gonna come in. I got this little poker. Got it from Mark June, and it's really handy. Because I can just, what I'm going to do is my trap is here. I'm going to put me a hole with some scent on opposite ends of the trap. So hopefully there's enough smell to encourage that old bobcat or coyote to come walking right through. I'm going to use a little Hiawatha Valley. Let me get something to scoop my lure out with. You know, this is using a punch hole, which I like to do as quick and easy, but it can be easy to lose those holes because they're so small. So I usually try to leave the poker in there as long as possible. And this is some McCaven's Hiawatha Valley bait down that hole. Might put a little bait on both sides. So on the opposite side, go with a little, speaking of Mark June, some Mark June Widowmaker. I've been having real good luck with that this season. Alright. I'll go with some, just to continue to sweeten the pot, because I think the more smells the better. I'm going to go with a little bobcat urine on that side. And for good measure, let's run a little red fox gland on this side. And I'm just going to kind of tuck it into the grass. And I'm going to call that good. I'm going to kind of brush over my chain just a little bit. But overall, I'm not worried about that. And that's my my completed walkthrough. That's a little briar patch. I want to get it out of the way. Maybe we'll see old spotted cat there dancing tomorrow. And then, just for good measure, at the old cubby, I topped it off with a wing hanging out here right in front of it, right on the road with a little gusto. That's some skunky call lure. Man, that sucker looks so good it might catch me tomorrow if I ain't paying attention. So I hope we'll whack a cat or a gray tomorrow. I got right over here my walkthrough, and I'm pretty pumped, man. I'm still gonna. It's getting late today, and I'd like to get another location set, but I'll probably shoot for maybe 2 traps here. Again, I had a lot of activity last year, and on trail camera I missed some coyotes, had them just breeze right by. So I'm probably gonna set maybe a dirt hole over there, and maybe put a flat set in somewhere too. So just this is a good location, and I wanna cover it up and not miss anything. So, but we'll get those in tomorrow. Probably gonna try to set one more location before it gets too dark and see what we got.